Welcome back to Game Day Battle. Well, I got a topic that's going to take the smiles right off our faces. The Buckeyes. Yeah, exactly. So, Ohio State has had a really rough end of last season and a rough off season. We've, of course, completely different. Tressel's gone, Pryor's gone, and we've got a whole new look offense here. Defense was supposed to be your strong point. Maybe not so much. So let's just take a minute, like a real short period of time, and let's just beat them up a little bit. Can I, let's look at this. 35 yards of passing. 35 yards of passing in an entire game in college.
From two quarterbacks.
From two different quarterbacks. 35 yards of passing. I can't get over that. So maybe we had like 500 yards of rushing. Nope. So how was our defense? We gave up 240 rushing yards.
You could have just left it at we gave up.
We gave up.
That's what we did. We gave up, man. By the end of that game, they didn't even care. We had timeouts we could have called, maybe to try to extend the game, not necessarily to win it, but it's college football. You never know what can happen. I mean, at least, if you have the opportunity to extend the game when you're losing, I think you would do whatever it takes, especially when you're a team that's about to fall into nothingness, which is out of the top 25 where we haven't been in 7 years and maybe 10 before that. So, tough time. The running game was there. Hall and Hyde were, a 1-2 punch. They almost each got to the 100-yard mark, but 2 completions for Bowserman. We only had 3 guys register catches. You know what I'm saying? What is that? That's high school football. That's not Buckeye football. Against a non-ranked team. Come on, man.
So Braxton Miller came in and saved the day, right?
No, he didn't look any better, but I'd like to at least see what the kid can do with a whole game instead of just some fourth quarter time, because Joe Bowserman clearly showed that after 5 years with this offense and studying it, that he cannot put it into action. So
it's not what it counts.
On to the next one, man. Let's give the kid a chance. He's a freshman phenom. He could put in 3, maybe 4 solid years. Let's get him a whole college career in there. But let's get him out there right now, man.
And technically, we're still top of the Big Ten. Does that help?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm extremely negative on the Buckeyes, but that sort of leads to some positive thinking. Like, if this season's really bad, like awful and really hideous, and everybody hates it. Remember those people that stood outside of was it Kirk Herbstreit's house and sort of beat the hell out of the side of his house until he finally moved or whatever? That group, along with a slew of other rabid Buckeye fans, and I might even join them, are going to hunt down every member of the NCAA Rules Committee and threaten them violently to allow Jim Tressel to come back in without any penalty and become our head coach again next year.
I like the sound of that.
Kind of stepping up to see these guys set tone.
And to put it in perspective, we talk about Shermer being the new head coach and the new offensive coordinator. We've got a new defensive coordinator too. We're new on both sides of the ball. And again, lockout took away the time that they'd normally have to sort of get all their stuff worked out, get the guys into the system. So are we really looking at like the first maybe 3 or 4 games as the continuation of the preseason? Should we even be worried about anything at this point? Because that stuff we saw in the first game, those miscues, the disorganization, that's not going to be there all season long.
Yeah.
And if we're seeing guys that are beasts and they're stepping up and they're making plays, when the system itself is working, those guys that are able to make plays are now making plays on top of a solid structure, moving forward, stopping the ball on defense and moving the ball on offense. And that could be a recipe for really good things, especially when we're all sitting at 1-1, AFC North, 1-1. Yep.
Hey, you bring up a good point with the play calling too. And I don't know if Shermer should be wearing both hats like that. I like having an offensive coordinator and a head coach, because some of the plays that I see us calling, I'm not really blown away by it. We run a lot of the same plays again and again. Like I think we did that play action where we try to screen Hillis out to the right side after they ran that play like 6 times against Indy, and they were on it every single time.
And when you're sitting as a spectator and you recognize that,
then you know the other teams.
Oh yeah, they're on it before we were.
On that
slant the massacre, son.
We gotta get creative, and
Just still throw you under the bus.
I'm your throw pillow. Throw me where you want.
All right, we're going to go around the league here. DST thinks we don't do it very often, but sometimes we do it all the time.
Sometimes.
60% of the time, we do it all the time. Anyway, we're going to go around the NFL, and we had a couple weeks to look at the beginning of the season. There's been some fun stuff that's happened out there. So let's just start off with DST for you, Cam Newton. Cam Newton.
I'm blown away by this guy, man. It's been a long time since the #1 pick came in and actually delivered on the hype, but to deliver like this guy's been doing, he had the whole team ready to jump off ship. Steve Smith was ready to get out of town. Deshaun Foster was worried about, D'Angelo Williams was shaky about re-signing his contract with the team. They didn't believe in this guy, but I mean, how can you not? 2 consecutive 420-yard passing games, and okay, maybe the first one was lucky, but that last week was against Green Bay, and that's no joke. That's a defending Super Bowl defense right there. So, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get the win in either of those games, so they still got some things to do. But wow, Cam Newton, 840 yards through 2 games right now. He's has more yards than Tom Brady.
And that's out of control. I am not a Cam Newton fan. I don't think he should have gone first in the draft. I don't think he should have gone in the top 10, honestly.
Do you now?
This is where I'm leading up to. Right, I'm willing to admit, maybe I was wrong, maybe. But, I mean, he's done it all, not all of it, but a lot of it through his athleticism. But what are you going to do when you're a rookie quarterback? Yeah. You're not going to know the playbook perfectly. You're not going to go out there and manage the game like Peyton Manning with a good neck. I mean, you're going to go out there and just try to outplay everybody that's coming after you, and that's what he's done. And so I got to hand it to him, and I just say, I think jury's still out, but a guy like that proves himself by how he plays, and he's playing how he needs to do to prove himself to be an NFL caliber quarterback. So, what do you think, Ramon?
On Cam or just
Cam?
Cam, well, he's doing what everybody thought he should have been doing. What a #1 pick should be doing. Go out there and show why they're paying you all this money. Why they picked you at #1. A desperate team in need of a quarterback, they start you. Why should they start you? You're proving what they seen in you, right? So I like everything what he's doing right now. So I like it all.
We all agree he's doing what he's got. He's got to do maybe a little bit more.
I don't think he's got to do more because him and Steve Smith got some tandem going on and they're going crazy right now. I just think their defense maybe needs to pick it up a little bit. And
they'll probably a bit, not just a little bit.
Yeah, they're allowing a lot of points,
Well, they lost their #1 defensive linebacker. He was one of the top 5. That John Beeson. So that's a huge piece that they're missing back there.
Maybe they need to get Julius over there again.
Definitely do. He's done more in 2 games than I expected from him out of his entire career. To pick up a team like that on a short season with all the #1 hype. When everyone's comparing you to Jamarcus Russell and everything, and it's just amazing to watch a guy come out and just turn the whole league on its ear like that. So we got.
Everybody, including myself, questioning his intellect. Does he have the brain power to make it happen in the NFL as a quarterback? I think it takes a lot of brain power to get everything that he's got to learn together in his head and then be able to call it up during game time.
All right, guys, GDB Fantasy League is in full swing. We're in our 2nd week, and we got a new segment here. We're going to keep you guys up to par on what's going on with the Fantasy League for everyone who's super dedicated.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us, Mike?
All right, well, let's just take a quick look at the leaders right now. Ghost of 1957, Dan Levinson.
Got a real nice team.
Yeah, he does, but he's a Wolverines fan, so let's all take him down. Target Dan Levinson. Ghost of 1957. Who's this? Mike's Mayhem? Oh, that's me.
That's this guy.
That's right, number 2 in the league.
I heard he might have had some help with his fantasy team. But.
Yeah, actually, my boy did. I was kind of wrapped up in some stuff. We got to give DST's Fantasy Factor a little bit of credit there because he kind of built my team.
Fortunately,
I'm riding that.
My team scored the week low for week 1. So.
Oh, we're getting to you, Dan. We're getting to you.
For sure. That's all right. I bounced back. Sorry, BLO. Had to give you the slap this week, my man. 1-1.
Now.
Points for Ramon Torres. Ramon's Quiet Riot, 144 points. So you were just behind me. And
Right, baby.
then we go to Cleveland Nerds, which is Luis
Yep.
Rivera. And
Ricky.
then how about Dos Equis Elite?
Got you next week, Luis.
Or Dos Equis. At 119, Army of Darkness 2, 117, Team Ball, 105, Lake Erie Leprechauns, Brett Finnegan, who is probably drunk by now, 100. It's an Irish family party. Come on, like he's not drunk. Whiskey's flowing. 127 points.
Jameson.
Jameson, yes.
Hit it.
Welcome back to Game Day Battle. We've got a small amount of time left, and we like to use this to sort of raise our beer to somebody we hate, somebody we love, or just some sort of stupid topic we want to talk about for a couple minutes. And at this point, I think Dale, I know you're ready to go, man. You're ready for this, right?
No, I'm not at all. It's kind of.
I'll go.
Go ahead, Ramon. Take it for me.
I got 2.
2. Get him another beer.
I will start off my first one with the crew I had down there tailgating this past weekend. Thank you guys for the help, for passing up all the cards. Really giving this Game Day Battle the boost that we need down there at the Muni lot. So big shout outs to the Muni Elves is our new name that's down there.
I like it.
Yeah, we tailgate down there at the Muni lot. So big shout outs to all the people that
Thank
was
you.
there helping me out, pass out cards, and basically the supporting and believing in us and the show. And right along those lines, to Mike Glass, who hooked us up with the most prestige T-shirts that's on the market right now, and
Hell yeah.
and on his back at this moment, the GDB shirts, Game Day Battle shirts is they're gonna be available for everybody as soon as we get this contract going. And big shout outs and thanks for the shirt, man. I love it.
Yeah,
And
I'll drink to that too, Mike. Thanks, man.
Absolutely, man. No, I'm glad you guys like them. There you go. Yeah. Thank you for that, man. I got to raise my beer to some Mexicans. I was in Mexico for a little bit over a week, and I got to watch some football down there. And granted, if we were to play a soccer game, we might get some stuff wrong, right? Well, every time they'd come back in from a commercial, they would show, it was a Jets Cowboys, I believe, and they would show it was the Jaguars versus the Jets or some crazy shit like that every single time, and nobody on that network caught it. And I just thought that was freaking hilarious. Other than that, I watched the game, couldn't understand a damn word they said, and it was still fun. So, hats off to you, Mexicans.
Sombreros off.
Sombreros off to you. So other than that, though, everybody I met down there was amazing. And they could speak English a hell of a lot better than I could speak Spanish. I know taco, I know burrito, and that's about it. So it was a good time.
All right, I'm going to take the easy way out this week and just go ahead and raise it up to the Brownies for their first win of the season. And hopefully they can build on this and get moving in the right direction before our bye week, and maybe see if we got to, if we have what it takes to try and make a playoff run. So props to the Browns on their first win. I don't see another one happen this week, but I'd love to eat those words. So, to the
Hater.
Brownies.
Hater
I gotta give the Brownies some love
Haters
too,
in
man.
the
We'd love to
building.
see that.
haters in the building.
We'll be tailgating on the other side of the lot.
Yeah, next to the lake.
We'll see you guys there. I'll be there
Yeah,
in a Browns jersey.
yeah.
So,
He didn't normally do this. Giants are playing tonight, so we allowed it.
football, you know.
All right, guys, it's good to be back, man.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to every show this season. So
Oh, yeah.
Next
very
week,
cool.
Ramon's Rumor Mill. Look out for that.
It's coming back with the fury.
Oh yeah, big time.
All right, like it. Till next week, guys. Battle on.
Chris Red,
Yeah, Brett. Sleep off that hangover. You got a week
you're on beer next weekend.
Yeah, you got beer and food together.
at the same time. Make it good.
Yep.
And do your face check.
Hammer it out real quick.
What up, guys?
Hey, just want to do a sit down, guys.
Wubsy, wubsy.
I got 2.